Left Bishop this morning with these two cats, Tang and Vicious. So we rode out yet again without Fox, and we just came up and over Kearsarge, coming back down into the valley, back into the Sierras, and we should be hitting the trail, the official trail, here pretty soon. And we're gonna try to go over, what is it, Glen? Glen Pass tonight, or I guess this afternoon. Yeah, in about 30 minutes, so that should be interesting. Since we've been off the trail, it got quite a bit of snow. It looks like maybe 2 to 4 inches, maybe 4 inches. So the trail is definitely a little bit harder because it's a little slushy. And there's some clouds in the sky, so not really sure what's going to happen in the next couple days, but views are still nice. Trail's still good. We are post-holing like crazy. Trying to get up Glen Pass. And it's kind of snowing. Well, it keeps coming and going. Glen's Pass. Hell of a time getting up here. And looks like it's gonna be a hell of a time getting down. It was just nothing but post-holing up snowfields, coming all the way up that thing. Few injuries. Battle scars. So micro spikes and ice axe it is on the way down. Filming this morning because we went over Glen Pass yesterday and it kicked our ass. And then to, you know, make things more interesting, last night also kicked our ass. We ended up having an ice storm and then a snowstorm and then I think an ice storm and then another snowstorm. So yesterday was interesting. It was 9 miles out of Kearsarge, and then we only made it, once we got back to the trail, that 9 miles, we only made it 4.5 miles to the campsite that we're at now, at Ray Lakes. Going over Glen Pass was just absolutely nuts. Nothing but post-holing, sliding, breaking through. I broke into a stream a couple times, foot completely soaked. I had my waterproof socks that I had been waiting on for a while, that I got in Bishop, and they worked great yesterday. And then we got to camp last night and we made a fire so everybody could warm up and dry their stuff out. And I was drying the outside of my socks off with the fire, and one of them caught fire and melted. So now I have no waterproof socks again. So that was a big waste of time. So morale is a little bit low between me and those two cats and a couple other people that are out here, but we're going to keep trudging on. Hopefully this stuff lifts a little bit. We get a little bit of sunshine today, so we have a couple more passes to go over. And if it keeps getting worse, there's always bailout points and there's always places we can go again. There's a couple more spots we can go into Bishop, but for now we're just gonna keep trudging through and hopefully it gets better. So we got caught in like a whiteout blizzard, and it's not supposed to clear up anytime soon. So we're gonna try to get out of the Sierras on another side trail called Sawmill. And yeah, it's cold. So it's about a 12-mile hike out. to a trailhead that we don't really know. But it's starting to get kind of white out, and this isn't really worth it. So what happened yesterday? Well, we got to the trail junction that we thought we were going to take out to get back into Bishop, and we got caught in a huge snowstorm, a whiteout snowstorm, and we couldn't see where the trail was, and we couldn't see where to go, and it started getting a little scary. Temps started dropping quite a bit, so we actually hiked about 0.8 back to this spot here, a big tent spot, and it was pretty much a bottleneck. It's about 4 miles from Pinchot Pass, so everybody that was in the area yesterday pretty much bottlenecked in this tent spot. And I think that we had 11 people here last night. Everyone was wet, everyone was cold. We made a fire, tried to dry things out, tried to keep morale high, and waited out the storm. It snowed till pretty late in the day yesterday. I think we got here and set up camp at about 2 p.m. and then everybody went to bed at about 8, 9. So we sit here for a long time. Towards the end of the day yesterday though, the sun did come out. We were able to dry a few things out, and it did a pretty good job of melting a lot of the snow that dropped. If I had to take a guess on the trail, I'd say that about 2 to 3 inches of snow dropped. It was a lot, and it was fast. So everyone's headed out, and we are finally going to try to go over Pinchot Pass, and then after that is Mather Pass. If it looks too sketchy, or if the weather starts rolling in again, there's a couple more side trails that we can take to get out of the Sierras and get back into Bishop. But the last couple of days have been rough, real rough. Going over Glen Pass and just having it handed to us, post-holing all day. And then yesterday, the day started out great. It was beautiful outside. As soon as we started getting up in elevation, we just got socked in and couldn't go anywhere. We only put in 9 miles yesterday. 9 miles all day long. So, see what's in store for today. There's 10 of us, and we've decided to turn back and try the Sawmill Pass Trail again. So there's another huge storm cloud moving in, and we're going nowhere fast. The next trail to get out is, there's no information about it. No way to know where it ends up, how many miles it is, how much elevation it goes up over. And it's not marked. So we decided to turn back about 1.8 miles and take a 12-mile side trail out of the Sierra. Well, Sawmill Pass.
Wow.
You know, not part of the PCT or anything, but a decent bailout point, I guess. Oh man. And there was much rejoicing.
Can't beat 'em. Sawmill Pass.
So, back on the trail. We've been off the trail for 6 days now. What happened was the weather got really, really bad up here in the Sierra. We were trying to go over Pinchot Pass, and we tried for about 2 days. Got caught in a whiteout snowstorm. Tried to make it over Pinchot Pass last week, and it just wasn't happening. So 10 of us bailed out, and we went into Bishop. We got down into Bishop, took the night off, relaxed, got food. There was 10 of us, but really only 4 of us kind of held together. It was me, Vicious, Tang, and Cruz. We all got down into town, we got a hotel room, and we pretty much sat around and tried to decide what to do, whether we were going to get off the trail for a little bit and let the snow calm down and the weather calm down, or whether we were going to flip up. There was a lot of people flipping up north so then they could hike south, or flipping up north, hiking north, and then coming back to do the Sierra. And I just really didn't want to do that. So what we decided to do was Snuggles came and picked us up. We loaded up in the van, and Vicious, Cruz, Snuggles, and I took off for a mini road trip, and Tang took off to go to San Francisco. Now the plan was for us all to meet up after we took about 5 days off the trail back in Bishop, and then we were all going to head back in. Tang got to San Francisco and her foot had been bothering her, and she actually found out that she had a break in her foot. She had a stress fracture that was pretty bad, and doctors told her 6 to 8 weeks she needed to be off the trail. So Tang unfortunately got off the trail. She doesn't know if she's going to be back. She flew back home to New Hampshire, and she's going to get mended up. Now, as far as Vicious and Cruz and I, we jumped in our van with Snuggles because she came to the rescue, and we decided to go on a little road trip. We took off and pretty much hit a few BLM camping areas. Then we hit Yosemite. Now the PCT goes through Yosemite, but we're not going to get to see a whole lot of it, at least the really good stuff. So we decided to drive to the valley. We did some hiking. We hiked up to Glacier Point, checked out El Cap, done a little touristy thing, hung out at the museums, the gift shops, the visitor center, and then we decided to actually head west to Highway 1, or the PCH. So we traded the PCT for the PCH, and we drove down to Big Sur. Took us a couple days. We had a couple stops. We relaxed at a hotel. We stayed on some BLM land and camped for free, and then we went down to Big Sur for the day and hung out on the beach and got a total different change of scenery. After that, we headed back up to Yosemite and checked it out a little bit more. Got to see some stuff that we didn't get to see the first time because of the weather. So we got that grand tunnel view of Yosemite that unfortunately, again on the PCT, you don't get. And yesterday we rolled back into Bishop. Spent the day hanging out in Bishop, eating food, and last night we stayed at Keogh Hot Springs, which is just outside of Bishop. Last night, Vicious decided that he was done with the PCT. So not only is Tang off of the trail, but so is Vicious. Vicious has some plans to go north and kind of wait out the spring a little bit, and then he said he might jump back on the trail in the summer, or he might just go do something completely different. So today, Cruz and I took off solo, and we hiked the insane 13-mile Sawtooth Pass trail all the way back to the PCT. I think that we ended up climbing like 7,000 feet in 13 miles to get back to the trail. So we are now officially back on the PCT / John Muir Trail. We are about 3 miles from Pinchot Pass, and a lot of snow has melted. So the plan worked. The weather died down. It's looking good. It's pretty sunshiny earlier. A little bit of rain, but not bad. So in the morning, we are going to wake up, and we are finally going to get over Pinchot Pass and hopefully Mather Pass. And if we're lucky, the Sierras will play nice and the weather will play nice. And the next stop is Mammoth.